walking around in your garden and you're checking out your tomatoes, you might come across some really ugly tomatoes sometimes. And you're like, what is wrong? Why do I have this ugly tomato? And you know, there's all kinds of things as gardeners that we deal with, different pests, blights, diseases, fungus, blossom end rot. But then there's also, with tomatoes, a thing called catfacing. And this is a deformity that you will see with all these weird dimples and creases and splitty looking things throughout your tomato that makes it pretty ugly. Really not sure why they call it catfacing. If your cat looks like that, I would recommend taking it to the vet. Something is definitely wrong. So, what is it? What causes it? Catfacing is caused by an incomplete pollination, and that can be caused by several different things. One, there's certain varieties that are just more prone to it. Normally the bigger tomatoes, you know, like various heirloom varieties, like the one I'm showing you here that I have here in my garden is the Cherokee Purple, and it is definitely prone to catfacing. Some beefsteak tomatoes can get it. Smaller varieties normally aren't overly affected by the catface issue. They did some studies on it. I think it was Cornell University did some studies, and we're trying to kind of pinpoint what can cause this to happen. One thing that they found is that temperatures under 60 degrees when the plant is very young, even before it starts getting its blossoms, could make the plant be more prone to catfacing when the tomatoes then form. It caused issues in the plant getting a complete pollination going on. You can also, I guess, it can also be caused by too much nitrogen in your soil. So if you're using heavy manures, you know, if you're using I should say heavy, but if you're using a lot of like chicken manure, cow manure, horse manure, other types of things that are really boosting the nitrogen levels in your soil to a more degree that's more than necessary, this can cause catfacing and can also cause issues not only with tomatoes but a lot of other plants. You know, in a lot of cases, too much of a good thing can then cause your plant to have other problems. So those are the three main reasons for catfacing: variety, cooler temps early on, high nitrogen levels. Sorry, one more. Also, watering. Tomatoes are very particular about their watering schedule. They like consistent watering. They don't like where it goes, you know, full-on drought for a while and then a lot of water, because when that happens, it gets like this rush, you know, of water from the soil, and it can't process all the nutrients coming out of the soil, and that's even like something that will cause blossom end rot, along with the catface issue. The plant just is like, I can't handle it all, and doesn't know what to do with all the stuff coming through all at once. So if you have a consistent watering schedule, it keeps everything just flowing at a nice even pace, and your plant can produce its fruits much more efficiently than it would with drought, whoosh water. So you can help reduce some of the issues like catfacing by doing a consistent watering schedule. Choose varieties that don't have the catface issue. Although, you know, if you are a tomato lover, tomato grower, generally you want to try all these different heirlooms and see how they do and stuff. So you just have to be aware that some of these varieties, you're going to get catfacing. Now, the thing is that while you can't really sell catface tomatoes on the market, because, you know, consumers are going to come in at the farmer's market and be like, the hell's wrong with your tomato? I'm not going to buy that. Even though it's not something you could sell, you can certainly eat it. Unlike blossom end rot, where it's just kind of a mess and you just want to pull that and get rid of it, catface tomatoes, they're deformed, but they're eatable. You might have some sections you need to cut out, you know, where the creases and weird dimples things are. So it might not make the greatest slicer tomato for a tomato sandwich, but you can certainly use it for cooking, canning. Just cut out those parts that aren't as functional, tasty, whatever, and get rid of that and use the rest of the tomato. So if you have a cat-faced tomato, let it grow. Use what you can out of it. Yeah, so I think that's about it for cat facing. If you have any questions or comments about the cat face issue, feel free to put those below. And please subscribe to our channel. But whatever's going on in your neck of the woods, in your gardens, your homesteads, and with your, I point back here, but I don't actually have a tomato behind me. They're down there farther. But with your tomatoes, I hope that it is going great for you. And we will see you again soon. Have a fantastic day. Namaste.